Hi, my little loves. It's Miss Diane again. We are here for our next story, so I hope you're ready. But before we begin, I told you there's one verse that is kind of going to cover everything we do in the next few stories. So let me read that first. It's 1 Corinthians 13:13. Now faith, hope, and love remain. These three things. The greatest of these is love. Now, today's story doesn't have the word love in it, but I'm going to come back and show you what Jesus means when he says it's still the most important of the three. Today's story is called The Two Houses from Matthew 7:24-27. Jesus ended the Sermon on the Mountainside, and he says, "Listen to what I have taught you about God. If you do what I have taught, to trust God and treat people the way you want to be treated, you will be like the wise builder who built his house on a rock. When the rain came, the house on the rock stayed standing." Do you see? Still perfectly safe with all that rain. "If you do not do what I have taught, you will be like the foolish builder who built his house on sand. When the rain came, the house on the sand was destroyed." The crowd was then amazed by Jesus' teaching. Do you see? He built on the sand. Uh-oh, his house didn't do so well. So what does this have to do with love? Well, Jesus tells us that we really have to listen. So notice he says the wise man who listened to God's teaching and learned from his teaching built his house on sturdy ground. That sturdy base is built from love. Because we love God, we listen to him, we learn from him. Notice that Jesus says the foolish man built his on sand. He did not listen to the word of God. He did not learn from these teachings, and so he builds his house on the sand. So think about this. If you've ever been to the beach and you stand right next to the edge of the water, when the water comes up, your feet start to sink in the sand. It is the same thing with us. If we do not go back to 1 Corinthians 13:13, and we do not lead with the golden rule and lead with love, then we are built on shaky foundation, and we sink just like we do in the sand. So let's all be a little wiser this week and listen to God and lead with love. Y'all have a good week. Bye.